Welcome back, everyone. This is Thomas Triple T Tie with another new bullish crypto analysis. Before we dig in and take a look at the Bitcoin daily chart, let's take a look at let's do a reminder that this is for edutainment only and not to be considered as financial advice. Additionally, when you feel value's been added, feel free to smash the like, ring my bell, hit subscribe if you haven't. Share your thoughts in the comments or on Twitter, and also share my content with your loved ones. All right, let's dig into the news first. Wyoming Senator Cynthia Lummis shared details on a bipartisan bill designed to propel Bitcoin innovation in the U.S. This is according to a Bitcoin magazine, and I believe she talked about this during the Bitcoin conference in Miami. Additionally, Bank of America warns that recession shock is coming, and says that crypto could outperform stocks. I mentioned this on Twitter, so I'll mention it again. Bitcoin has performed all stocks in the last 10 years, including Amazon and Tesla. So Bank of America, you need to catch up here, buddy. All right. This next one I'm going to show on a chart. I think it's I can't zoom in here. Let me see if we can get in here. Oh, you know what? I think I have it. Let me see here. Hopefully I have it. It's on Twitter. No, I think this is the one, yeah. Let's see if we can pull it over. Yeah, this is good. Hang on. Okay, this is the one I want. I shared this on Twitter, I believe I did. Sentiment shared this chart, which I find very interesting. They show that the volume of major profit taking from the volume, just volume alone, major profit taking versus selling. It's right here. It's currently right here. And when it takes this, hits this top level, there tends to be a correction. So they cited various tops here, and then it followed by a correction. Top, correction, top, correction. And right now, it's one of the highest top. So they're saying that there could be a correction coming. And I support this. I think there's one that's coming, and it could pull Bitcoin down to probably upper 30s, if not mid 30s at least. But when you have a whale blocking with a buy wall like the Bitfinex whale, it's not going to happen until the buy wall is removed. So thanks, Sentiment, for sharing that. Oh, shoot. I don't think I shared that screen. Let me see if I can pull it back for you. Yeah, here it is. Sorry, I didn't switch screen. Here it is. Here's the current top, and you notice all the ones they identify as tops. Price dropped. There was a correction afterwards. So, yeah, probably high probability that's going to happen. And let's dive into this one. Yesterday, I mentioned that Bitcoin will likely chop around 42.5 and breaking below 42.5, and the 50-day moving average would be very bearish. And so, guess what Bitcoin did? It hung around 42.5. And the current candle is just below it. Look at the price, 42.5 right here. Crazy. It's not a surprise though when you have a giant buy wall below from the Bitfinex whale, help propping it up and absorbing some of the sell pressure. It's no surprise. So it hung around 42.5, and the current candle body is just below that. Is the bullish candle here, and Bitcoin remains in the between the middle basis line of the Bollinger Band, this line right here, which is around what is it? Here we go. let me find my place again. Bitcoin remains between the middle basis and the bottom Bollinger Band at 44.7 and 40.9 respectively. So here's the bottom, here's the middle, and Bitcoin's right here. And it's just about, I mean, it's literally hanging on to this 42.5 support / resistance green dash line here. And it's between that and the 50-day moving average. And the 50-day moving average is around 41.8K right here. On average, if Bitcoin remains under the Bollinger basis, on average, Bitcoin can remain below the middle basis Bollinger Band for up to 10 days. It's on its 4th day right now. So 1, 2, 3, 4. If Bitcoin sustains a break below the 42.5K support and the 50-day moving average was this pinkish line here, that's going to be pretty bearish. And daily volume is below the less than 50% from the previous day's volume, and remains below the moving average. And this one should be a summary here. Forgot to put the word summary there. That's not summary. There we go. So let's take a look at the indicators. The white J of the KDJ line, it rounded the bottom, flattened out at negative 13.5 below the blue and the red K and D lines there. Just so you know, 20 is the start of the bottom range, and I mentioned this in the previous video. When it touches the bottom here, it's going to round off and start going up. Here, it touched the bottom here. You see that. And then it started trending sideways and then eventually went up. Same thing with here. Same thing with here. And if we go back to all the way back here, similar situation. Hits the bottom, hits the bottom. But here, it hits the bottom and continues to drop further. See that? It went up slightly, drops back down. So it could do this. I think more than likely it could do this based on what's happening in the market. So it could go down here and then it goes up a little bit while dropping still and then drops back down some more. That's a possibility as we retest 40K and also potentially enter the upper 30s again. The white MACD line continues to trend below the red signal line here at 441, printing the 5th bearish histogram bar. I gave that a bear. Oh, by the way, I gave the KDJ indicator a crab. More than likely, it's going to crab sideways or potentially inch up slightly. Let's go down to the red RSI. All three the RSI red and the blue CVD, cumulative volume delta, and the white momentum indicator, all three are flipping back up. And that's good to see, but we want to take a look at a trend. And you notice the trend in the last 3 days is slightly trending down, even though it's currently flipping up. It's slightly trending down over like the more than a week. It's been trending down. So we want to acknowledge the present day, but also look at the trends. Trends is that it's still trending down. So red RSI is crabbing slightly down to 44.51. I gave that a crab and a bear. The blue line is doing the same thing. It's slightly crabbing down. That gets a crab and a bear at 1.82 million. That should have only one M. Ooh, that's not what I want. There's that thing again where I click on the box and it doesn't do it. Nope, that didn't do it still. Still that bug in trading view. Okay. And so the white momentum indicator, similar thing. It flipped up on the current present day, but overall the trend is down. Notice that we're approaching the bottom of the momentum indicator, while the CVD and the RSI still are near their top range. Well, RSI is actually in the middle. 50 is its middle mark, so slightly below middle. But momentum is near the bottom here. So I gave this chart a crab and a bear. It's probably going to crab some more as long as that Bitfinex whale buy wall is still in place, but with downward pressure. As you can see, it dropped below the 42.5 mark for the full body candle, even though the current price is still at 42.5 or 42.6 now if you round it up. Let's take a look at max pain. Yeah, well, before we take a look at max pain, let's take a look at the overall crypto market cap. We see that, here we go, update here, $1.97 trillion, down 1.38% from yesterday. And max pain for the 10th would be 43K, for same thing for the 11th. For the 15th, it goes up, but this hasn't changed, so to 44K. 22nd, 44K. And I want to show you the Bitfinex buy wall that's still in place on the heat map here. It's outlined in yellow. You see that it, as price moves down, the wall moves down too, all the while absorbing some of that sell pressure. And each time it absorbs it, price moves back up, price moves down, it absorbs it, price moves back up all day long. Yep. Here's the zoomed out view of the heat map for Bitcoin. Sell walls at the top, buy walls at the bottom. And here's the relatively where the current price is. Buy wall at 50, sell wall at 50. Buy wall here just came in here at 40K. The one at 35K is getting bigger. Notice how it was very faint blue and whitish, and now it's more yellow. 32K is still orange. 30K, 25K, 20K. So, and you can see down here the cumulative volume delta. This is aggressive buys and sells. Currently, it's slightly aggressive buys here, and that's due to the Bitfinex wall. And the liquidation levels for Bitcoin currently on Binance is negative 5.6 billion. Again, negative means it's short, excess short. So you take all the short levels up here minus the long levels, and not just the short levels. We're talking about the open interest or the money in them. That's negative 5.6 billion. That is just setting up a potential short liquidation where price moves up. And how do they do that? Well, I take a opposing counter position on the spot market, go long, buy a bunch of BTCs, drive it up, and price will liquidate the shorts as it moves up. And that's about it for our daily Bitcoin chart analysis. Not much has changed due to the Bitfinex wall, but I think unless it changes and the wall gets removed, more than likely we'll trend where we are currently. I appreciate your time, and this is my last video for today. It's the weekend, and feel free to smash the like, ring my bell, hit subscribe if you haven't, and share your thoughts, and share my analysis with your loved ones. Peace, and have a fantastic weekend.